Yep. So, okay, I will give you some explanation first about the background, or maybe some, some introduction about these courses. Yeah, this courses is called a philosophy of computer science, or in Indonesian word is filsafat ilmu komputer. So, when we discuss about the philosophy of computer science, actually it is the course that designed for students to give some very fundamental and principal point of view when we learn, when we discuss, when we do something in the in the computer science area. So when we, for example, when we talk about something, some component, let's say today we know about the issue of artificial intelligence. So we not only just discuss about the technology side, but also the philosophy. Why the artificial intelligence is needed today. So what the philosophy on that? And then what exactly the philosophy of artificial intelligence? So after we know about it, we will discuss at least in the 3 point of view. The first is about artificial intelligence as science itself, yeah. So why science? Because science is more natural than anything in the world, yeah. Science will be honest. Science will be explain something that in the pure direction, or in the pure point of view. There is no interest. There is no something that we want to claim as something that our side, for example. And after we have this point of view that science is pure and is natural, it's mean we will have a good foundation to decide that what we want to choose, or what we want to select, the way to develop the artificial intelligence. For example, the artificial intelligence is true will be replacing all the human function in the daily activity, or just help people to work more better or more efficient, for example. Yeah, so something like that. But we also cannot close our eyes that maybe some of parties using the artificial intelligence is also for do something bad, for example. Yeah, so that's will be the realistics. So we will discuss why people do that one, why people do the artificial intelligence in the good way, how why it's only just about research on the lab things, for example, or maybe why people do the artificial intelligence to do something bad, for example. It's also our discussion in this philosophy. So that would be very interesting. And the second is in the philosophy, we will just explore what the possibility if all the things we set aside, how we develop it. This is yeah, because science is full of methodology of scientific methodologies, or we can do as art. It's mean art is we have the imagination, we have future direction, and then we craft it into the technology and plug as technology, and then we have the artificial intelligence product, for example. So that will be also the direction. And the rest is also how we can push that the development of technology, especially in computer science, everything in computer science will be positioned as puzzle, when we can collaborate, and then we can manage, and we can place all puzzle in the right place. It's mean it will be very easy for us to have a lot of advantages in the future. So that's the main reason why we need to deal with these courses. Yeah. So the next the second reason, the second main reason is yeah, us as computer science people, for example, yeah, need to have the 360-degree point of view when we see all the things in the computer science. It's not only just about selfishness actually, but we need to be in the openness. Yeah, we have the open mind. We cannot claim that our major or our program is the best from better than another program, but we can realize that if we can collaborate, when we have assumption that we have open mind and openness to work together with another program, it will be more impactful, and then we will have the impact to the community. So that's why we need to have this one. Science will be push us to have open mind, yeah, for collaboration and so on. And the third reason is very important. Why we study this courses of philosophy of computer science? It's because of the development of science is very rapidly growth here, exponentially growth. We cannot imagine that now people can say about teleportation, for example. People discuss about the possibility to do the clone and anything else, something like that. We now face the pandemic, for example, the virus COVID-19. Where people now think how we can break through the science to detect the COVID, to fix the COVID, and so on. So that would be our journey. So we think about the beyond, yeah, the beyond our future direction of the science. So we need to do that one. Hopefully, with that, these three reasons will be more easy for us to, you know, to do something right in the future. So yeah, that will be our journey, yeah. So that's the reason, yeah. Okay, and then secondly, I will explain first about the journey, what our discussion, the topics that we want to do, yeah. So we will discuss about, the first is about the philosophy itself. So what is the definition and the theory of truth, yeah. Why it's very important? Because the philosophy is used for presenting the truth here. What is the truth is also our discussion, and then the truth will be push the invention, yeah, or the breakthrough, something that new that changed the landscape, yeah. So something like that. And the innovation, it should be rational. It should be can be implemented in many area of people in daily activity and so on, yeah. Maybe when you, for example, you go to the Google and search some of the form of computer, maybe 20 years ago, for example, you will maybe will smile. Oh, you cannot imagine for your age, yeah. I think it's very impossible. We have a computer that the size is like one room, for example. Because your image, your rationality is only, your computer is just like a laptop, yeah, because you are in your age. But for me, for example, it's still possible. So that will be the rationality. And the second, we will discuss about the naming of the computer science. Why it's called computer science? Why computer become science? Some, for mathematician, for example, computer is just only the application of the mathematics, and the application of physics, and so on. So that will be also our discussion. Where become the computer science? Not only just computer is enough, for example. And then, is there any politics in there? Yeah, maybe. Is there any pedagogy? The pedagogy is like education aspect of the people, and then also the publication. So what we want to discuss about it is about the theory of extensional and intentional. Yeah, this is very important for you to understand about the concept of extensional and intentional. And then when we discuss about the computer science itself, we will discuss about the premise, yeah, the hypothesis. And then the computer as tools. Computer is not only just memory, storage, or hardware that we craft and then work together as computer, but it actually is algorithms, yeah. And even we have the physical computer, and also the algorithm is abstract actually. And when we discuss the computer science, we also have a discussion between the computer science is science or engineering, yeah. So yeah, we are in our university place computer science in the science, yeah, because we are in the mathematics and natural scientists, yeah. But actually it's same with our discussion or topic that we discuss in the engineering, in the faculty of engineering. We also have information technology program. So that's why science and engineering is very close, is close not to cannot to be spirit or divide into two things that very different. So that's why we will we will discuss about the paradigm, art, complexity, procedure, the computational thinking, the artificial intelligence, and also the magic. Yeah, so that will be our discussion, because at least this point of view will be help us to make us understand that there is this differentiation between science and engineering. And the most one is computability. The computability is about the how we think to do something, some several activity, that large activity we can do in efficient way, in practical way, but still have the ethics. Yeah, so that will be the challenge for the computer science. Yeah. And then we will discuss about the ethics itself. Yeah, we have a value that we need to understand about it, and then the integrity on the computer science. Yeah. And of course, we will discover about science itself, because the science we will be have a discussion on science and non-science. Modern science is very different. What the goals, realism, and then the scientific method. We also we will discover the engineering view. Yeah, what is the history of technique, the history of the scientific mathematics and logics. Yeah, so will be our challenge. And then we also have the algorithms, yeah, because we have the extensional, ancient algorithm, Markov chain, and NAT. This is very, very foundation, very basic. You need to know about the Beckman's rule, Leibniz rules, Morse, Walsh, Ramses, Turing, Shannon, and this is the scientist that giving us the paradigm about thinking something in the computer science, yeah, and very basic and very fundamentals. Yeah, maybe you already know about the Turings, yeah, the Turing is very famous, yeah, but you need to know about the Morse, also Ramsey, Bacon's, and also the others. And this will be discussed about the programming things. Is also we will discuss about in the structure of philosophy, where we have programming, because the programming itself is have the have the I call the philosophy, yeah. And then the perspective of philosophy, yeah, this is I'm very interested with the universal Turing machine, and John Searle say that anything is computers, yeah. And then we discuss about the algorithm, program, software, and etc. And also the copyright and patent, computer ethics, artificial intelligence. Why in the computer science we also have found that the movement of the freedom, free and open software foundations, yeah, movement, open source movement, and so on. So why is going on? So that will be very interesting for us to discuss. And yeah, for the reference, I think the best one is from William G. Rappaport. Yeah, you can access to this link. I also have the link. Yeah, and then yeah, this is 1,000 page of books that describe and explain about the philosophy of computer science. So yeah, you can check, you can read, or maybe at least you can have the the in your arm about the material in here. And then I will try to explain to you. Maybe in one semester we cannot finish discuss all the subject in this book, but at least the most important thing we will discuss. Yeah. Okay. So that's will be our plan. So yeah, that's our journey, our agendas for this course. If you have any question, please just you can write down in the chat, or maybe you can turn on your mic and then say your question. Okay. No question. Okay. If not, I will. Okay, clear. Okay, thank you. I will start with the this slide. Yeah. So I think I will try to maybe wait. I'm sorry, my computer getting slow. I think wait. Oh, this one. Sorry. Okay. Yes. Now, so we will discuss about the introduction first. Yeah, we will go to the first topics. Yeah. So when we discuss about the philosophy of computer science, the first question is where is the position of our discussion? Which are where is the computer science philosophy? Yeah. So this image describe you that when we discuss about the philosophy of computer science, actually we are in the one family, the big family of the philosophy itself. Yeah. So at least we have a two big circle that discuss a lot. Yeah. The first circle is the philosophy of science. So this is the group of the theory of the node discussion that focus on the science. Yeah. So what I want to share is in the philosophy of science, everything should be discussed in the point of view of science. So when we have, for example, issue or phenomenon or maybe something that now become raising into discussion, let's say artificial intelligence. So in this circle, the artificial intelligence will be discussed as a science. We will not discuss the application. We will not discuss as strategy, solution, or anything else, but mostly science. So that's why, because science, people will say that the artificial intelligence is natural. It's just like a science. We can claim as course, yeah, maybe, and then maybe that's why in the university everything that new will be claimed as a science, yeah. So don't be afraid, or don't be something. Maybe you have a question when program will be adapt, for example, the blockchain technology as course. So we will have a course of blockchain because we have a point of view that something that now raised, and then a lot of have attention in the technology of in the development of computer science. It can be new science for us, like big data, like cloud technology, and so on. So it will become the philosophy of science. So everything will be see as science. Yeah. What is science? We will discuss later. And then the second circle is about, it's not science actually, but mostly is techniques. Yeah. Techniques is mean like methodologies, how to do that, how the process, what are the workflow, what the step to go there, and then what the technical specification and requirement that need to do that one, and etc. So the question is just more practical, more applicative, yeah. And if you try to more deep analysis, so actually that's the different point of view that where when we discuss about computer in the faculty of mathematics and information and natural sciences, and the computer that think by scientists in the faculty of engineering. Yeah. So that's this difference. And the next one is, yeah, in the term of the the discussion, sometimes science and technique will be like against each other. So we compete, yeah, in the science and techniques. So, one of the lectures say that, okay, the science should be in the number one, and then we follow by the technique. But in another side, it should be in the technique first, and then the science will be in the next. The artificial intelligence example is one of the good example about the discussion. What do you think? Which one for the first time came to us? The artificial intelligence as science or artificial intelligence as techniques? Yeah, it's just like discussion. Yeah, so it would be very interesting to discuss about it. But unfortunately, today, especially in university, or maybe in our faculty, or maybe in the discussion in the social media, especially for scientists, there is very limited discussion about it. We more interesting with the applicative things, yeah, artificial intelligence for something, but we not discuss about the philosophy. So this is will be very, very, yeah, very interesting. And I give you example, yeah, for today. This morning I have a good link from my friend about the report when they compare about the differentiation during the pandemic about what some of the I call it the top university people thinks in Indonesia and top university thing in the United States. So it's very interesting. Let's see. Wait for a minute. I will give you some link. Where is the link? It's very, very, very good enough to discuss. Wait a minute. Nah, this one. Yeah. I will place to the screen. Yeah, this one. So this is we have some report from Mr. This one is from Mr. Yudisman. Yudis Usman. Sorry, he tried. Maybe this is one part of his dissertation work. Yeah, he tried to analyze the behavior in the social media between the scientists or maybe civitas academica in Universitas Indonesia, UGM, yeah, ITB, and is compared with the MIT, Harvard, and Stanford. And let's see what happened in here. You can see in here that when he do the benchmark with the drone employed technology that establishing by Pak Ismail Fahmi, I think you already know about the drone employed. He using the Twitter data to analyze that one. So the people from MIT, Harvard, and Stanford, mostly we will discuss about the artificial intelligence, machine learning, health tech, robot, data science, medical big data, climate change, cancer, startup, and everything about the science. Yeah. But unfortunately, in our university, yeah, this is very embarrassing actually for me too. Yeah, about the HTI Ormas Terlarang, petisi alumni ITB, Jokowi mundur, UGM anti perbedaan, dolar naik, Jokowi turun, and etc. So this is the different discussion, yeah, between these two kind of countries. So in here you can see that this is the topics that we need to discuss in this course. It's not wrong, I think. Yeah, everyone have the freedom to speech. Everyone to have the freedom to say what he thinks right. But for us in this course, when we think about the philosophy, we can now understand why they discuss about their topics, why we discuss about it. So it's depend on the side actually. When we see as a philosophy, a science or techniques, it will be different. But I think this picture maybe need to be updated, because not only just not only just science and technology, but we have the third circle. Yeah, this is about the issue. Yeah, about the issue, or maybe like because now the social media era, so they have they have a very strong power to change the people mind. So I think we will have a three circle. The third circle, there is a social media penetration. So it's make people not think as science and not think as techniques. So that will be the problems. Yeah. And we will go back to this discussion. We will discuss later that issue. And when we want to more focus on the computer science side, actually we will have this inner circle in here. Yeah, the philosophy of computer science. This is inside the philosophy of science and philosophy of techniques. But you can see in here, the form of philosophy of computer science actually is mostly in the science. Yeah. Even we have also a big part in the techniques, but still, mostly in the philosophy of science. The majority will be the merging between the science and techniques, but actually the technique things is very limited, yeah. But we will very close with the software engineering, so that's why we also have internal discussion why the computer science program does not have specific program for software engineering, why our courses is very limited to choose by student in the field of software engineering. Yeah. Because we have a point of view in the science that computer science, the software engineering, I'm sorry, this is mostly is techniques, is only in the applicative way. So the basic of software engineering is in the logical of thinking in the computer science. So that's why we observe in here. Yeah, this is yeah, the discussion and then the work on the computer science. Yeah. So what our follow up with this slide actually. So based on the slide, I hope you as student you understand that in the term of science itself, we have many perspective here when we discuss about a point of view. In the science, we open the border that let's say in the extreme way, people can say anything based on his truth, yeah, based on his belief. If I believe there's a science, so I can say that based on my own definition of science. But if I believe in techniques, yeah, I will say by definition based on the techniques. So it's okay. And if we want to be a good people in here, yeah, understand about the philosophy, so we will not again all the people. If they have different thinking, there are different argument or different that may be very it's not same with our belief in computer science. So yeah, it's okay, it doesn't matter. Yeah, we can open that one. So as human, I think, yeah, this is the subset that scientists need to have. Yeah, we always respect with the people thing. Yeah, we will not blame, we will not judge the people based on his thinking. Yeah, but we need to understand the philosophy of the people when he said about that. For example, when I discuss big data, for example, because I'm working on the big data research, for example, yeah, a science, I will believe that big data is science. But when I discuss with my friend in the faculty of engineering, they said that big data is not science, it's only techniques to process the data. So if I again that word, it's not correct. Yeah, we need to open that one. Okay, I think so. At least we have a two definition: big data as science, yeah, as major of science, and big data as techniques. Yeah. So in that time too, we are as computer scientists, we will have two definition. It means in the first time I have one belief in the knowledge is only one point of view. After I have discussion with my friend, I have two theory. So it's okay because based on that, actually the science will be crude and always new, yeah, something like that. So yeah, that is in the term of when we discuss the science. So I remember my experience when I go to University of Vienna. Uh, I always every week I join the discussion in the lab. In the lab, all the member of lab can state anything about their research, and in that lab, in the discussion, we never judged by the supervisor that we do something wrong or something. But they always say that, okay, I think that's good enough for the first time. And then he will give me our feedback to maybe to correct, to make correction or maybe to enhance the result. So that's mean that the people in there is have the philosophy. So so that's different, yeah, different. So that's why in the maybe in the last in maybe in 30 or maybe 100 years ago, the person that have education in the university is always more have a higher level than everybody. because they have this philosophy. Yeah. In the Sweden, for example, the lecturer in the university is the level is same like like in Islam, for example, it's like ulama or maybe, and then like pendeta and so on. So because why? Because they have the philosophy. So yeah, this is the how we think. But the most important thing when we discuss about the philosophy of computer science and software engineering, all is in the frame of the philosophy of science and technique. So we are in the brotherhood actually. Yeah. So let's say we are a computer science and then our friend in information technology in faculty of engineering. Yeah, actually we are a family. Yeah, we are family in the big frame of the science and technique. But and also in here actually this to pull it should be still as tuple. Don't make this circle of science and technique become one. It will be make science and technique not develop. Yeah. So we need to be different because we need to do we need to develop. Yeah. So that's the first need you to know about the computer of philosophy of computer science. Yeah. So this is the yeah, you know, the development of the science itself, that we know to have a lot of science, yeah, not only just previously about the computer science and software engineering, but we also have this one, yeah. We have also the formal science, we have the physics, we have life science, we have the social science and everything, yeah. But and then we realize that all the topics, all the what we call it, the collection of knowledge will become the science. Yeah. So that's why in the university we have a lot of major, we have a lot of program. Yeah. Maybe in our faculty we only have limited, yeah, very limited. We have physics, geophysics, computer science, electronic instrumentation, and the new one is actuarial. Yeah. So I think that will be is new because previously actuarial is like method in mathematics to calculate something, something like that. And then what happened? Because a lot of knowledge in there, we have a lot of something new in there. So it's introduced a science, actuarial science. So that's why it become the actuarial. So you can see that if the university doesn't have a lot of number a new program, actually we can see that maybe there is no you know, the new development of science. So it will be very scary and very embracing actually. Yeah. Especially when university doesn't want to change the major, we still stay safe in the old one. So it will be also will be disaster. So what I want to say about this graphic is actually in the when we discuss about the philosophy of computer science, we realize that in the recent years, in the near future years, in the future years, we will have a lot of change in science. So that's why it's very important to you to have the, you know, to have that view. Yeah. We cannot say that, okay, if I graduate for computer science and I will can go anywhere. Maybe yes for now, but when you realize now the computer science actually is in everywhere. Yeah, we can found the computer science when the people graduated from the farming technology, for example, from the medical, from the geographic and so on. So they also have the computer science, and so that's why it's now very the development of science is very rapid and very exponential. Yeah. And then this is I capture from some conference. This is very the new word of science, I think. Yeah. So this is will be confirmed why I say that the science will be always exponentially change and develops. Yeah. For this one, this for example, you say that the super science. Yeah. And then they say that the graph, the chart, map, skill set. Yeah. It's also a process skill. Yeah, it's very important. And then yeah, this is very the very very get attention discussion about the super science. Yeah, this is as next generation science standard and so on. So yeah, this is one of the the example of how discussion in the another part of the world that discuss about the new science. Yeah. And then, yeah, so when we discuss about the philosophy of science first, yeah, actually a lot of assumption or maybe like a principle that we need to understand about the science first. Yeah, what I learned about it is the science itself is science. It means the science is as object is will be always developed. It will be changed. Everything will be changed. Yeah, based on the Uher reference in 2030s, he stated like a framework how we understand about the science. Yeah. The interesting one is science is came from the assumption. So we believe assumption. Maybe in the research we say that like hypothesis. Yeah, we have some assumption in the early stage that need to clarify and then verify in the process of the research. Yeah, so that's why we need the science. And what is the assumption? Yeah, we have a two kind of theory. Uh, the first theory is about the ontologies. Yeah, or we call the theory of being. Yeah, why we call the theory of being? Because the ontology believe that the assumption is came from the idea. So let's say let's go to truth to ourselves, for example. If we what do you think? For example, if we will continue our online session until the rest of your journey in UGM, what do you think? Is this good enough or not? You will have the idea, and then after you have the idea, maybe you have idea that okay, I think this is good enough because now today is everything is in online, so it doesn't matter. And but one of you maybe, oh, it's not good enough because I believe that actually the education is should be face to face and so on. So that's the idea. Yeah, yeah, maybe. And then you can see that the idea, where is come from the idea? Actually, the idea is came from the experience. Yeah, the experience when we have in the last year, or maybe the experience that we learn from something. Yeah. Maybe you never do the online session before it, online learning before it. Yeah, but you already have the experience because you see in the YouTube. You can see how the MIT, University of Michigan, do that thing, the Harvard do, and then we get inspired, and then we believe that one. Yeah? So that will be very important, the ideas. So yeah, in the another side, the idea will become the belief. Yeah? If we have a lot of idea, we will believe that idea is work. Even we know that to implement the idea is very hard and then need a lot of time, a lot of effort and anything. And then after we believe, we will have the concept. Yeah, this is very interesting. The concept will help us to design what we need to do to execute the idea. Yeah. And then after we idea, belief, and concept, in natural way, we will have the existing, yeah, the existing of the idea itself. And it will be the basic category of being and the relations. But we need to realize that the ontology itself is not itself, yeah, but also discussion about it is also with the theory of epistemology, yeah, theory of knowledge, yeah. So this is the theory of knowledge is fundamental notion about how knowledge can be gained. It's about how we can gain the knowledge in many ways. And we learn about the nature of knowledge and justify the belief and their possibility. Now, this is about the how we gather the knowledge. Yeah, as human, you gather knowledge from your parent, for example, because they learn a lot from for you. Yeah, he do a lot of things for you in the house, in the work field, maybe in the conversation, in the when he do something, and you will reflect from that. And guess what? The epistemology will be, impact on the ontologies. Yeah, it will be contribute with our belief also. Yeah, same like I'm sorry to say. For example, is religion. You will do your belief in the religions also because of the epistemology things. Yeah, so that's will be the philosophy. And after that, the merge of ontology and epistemology, we will have a meta theory. Yeah. You will have the power how to have the critical analysis. Yeah, we will always asking the question about a lot of things. Yeah, let's say when I discuss about this theory, it should be you have some trigger in your mind about why the lecture say that one. So you will try to find the answer. Maybe at least you will try to learn about it. And then you need to taxonomics categories of theories. So that's why in the university, in the program, we try to giving you not only just a course, but also the design of the conceptual framework of the course, yeah. Their foundation and structure. This is the meta theory. And then after that, we need the methodology, yeah. This methodology is how we conduct a scientific inquiry. This is will be discussed about the approach, yeah. What kind of approach that we need to do to learn some things, yeah. And then the methods, yeah. It's about the practice, procedure, and techniques. And then the meta theory will be impact about this one. What are research questions? What are object of research? What are fact and data? So in summary, the philosophy of science we will focus on the specific concept, yeah, theories and model. So this is the frame how we do that one. So what the use of this theory actually? It can use for delivering, for example, for me as lecturer is delivering the material. For example, if I want to lecturing about the big data, for example, so in the first time, I need to give you the knowledge and then the understand about why big data is reasonable for you. Yeah, this is about the idea, belief from my experience, what I read, I learned until today. And then I will give you some reason actually. When I explain to you about the introduction of the course, actually I give you this one, the ontology. Why I believe this course is important for you, something like that. And then also, but I also give you some epistemology, the knowledge, how to get that reason. Because I cannot push you can be like me, for example, to understand this theory. So yeah, for me, it's about journey. And then I try to trigger you to have the critical analysis about it. And then, yeah, the lecturing is only the methodologies. Hopefully, in the end, you will have the concept. Yeah. For example, like in the program, when I go to big data course, data science, for example, networking, or maybe in the philosophy of computer science, I cannot give you tools, but I only can give you a specific concept. This is the concept of big data. So when you work as a professional, you can do by yourself to explore the technology, to explore the potential impact of big data for your company, for example. And then I give you a theory. Why theory is important? Because the theory make you right. You do something right. Yeah. So that will be basic. And then the models. The model is from the project base, the activities, and so on. So that will be very important things. So if you learn about it, actually you now understand why lecture always do the same thing in every course. How they teach, how they say to us, and etc. I don't know today, yeah, but for me, when I do my degree in the bachelor degree, in the master or in the PhD degree, I always still remember how my teacher, how my lecture giving the information to me, and it's reflect to me when I do same thing for you, for example. If you want to know how my professor teach me, yeah, it's like how I teach you in this class, for example. Yeah, so that's why it's very important. Yeah, that's very this is the point of this one. So this is the the philosophy of science. So even we discuss about computer science or software engineering or maybe social science, this philosophy of science is work, yeah, for us, yeah. Okay, so that's the point, yeah, that you want to say about this philosophy of science. And next, this is also the the a lot of contradiction about the science itself. Yeah, I cannot say that when we discuss science is, yeah, everyone can accept what we know about the science. Yeah, this is about the a lot of scientists or the role that happen across the science. We have the Pythagoras, Stegmark, and then David Russell, Franz, entity realism, hacking, internal realism, Cartwright, pragmatisms, positivism, and etc. This is all the belief that in science that then that very tight pull uh, pull the pull the science into the realism and anti-realisms. Yeah, but it's okay. This is the unique of science. We giving a freedom. When people want to say this is realism or anti-realism, is no problem. It's normal. So what we have this one. Actually, we have at least six paradigm when we see the realism and anti-realism. Maybe the first question is, what is about the realism and anti-realism? In here, the realism say that when we discuss about the philosophy of science itself, the realism will be say that, okay, science is real. Science is in our nature, in our our backyard, yeah, something like that. So we believe that science will be solve the problem in the world. We will believe that science will gain the hunger in the will make the world peace and something. So it's the easy way is we believe that realism make all the aspect in the world is implementable, yeah. And but in the another side, the science will be called the anti-realisms. Yeah, is still have uncertainty. There is possibility of error, the possibility that a science get wrong, and so on. Yeah, so that's why we have several group. Yeah, the first is naive realism. In the naive realism, we will say that the world I see is real. So all the things is real. It's completely real. Yeah. So we doesn't have any space to arguing the realism itself. Yeah. So because all the thing is reals. And then we also have the structural realisms. Yeah. Science has identified real pattern, relationship, and structure in nature. So it's mean all is real, but real in pattern, relationship, and structure. So that's why in the big data analytic, for example, we want to see the pattern, we'll call it a polar, yeah. So, but to say that it's real, it's happened in there, the problem in there. So this is called the structure. Why it is called structural realism? The structural it's mean, have the form, have the pattern, have the structure, something that giving us information more deep. And and then we also have the scientific realism. Yes, science make real progress in describing real feature of the world. So yeah, let's say we in the world, I think we still have a lot of things that we cannot explain. Yeah, so scientific make it happen. Yeah, even very slow. Yeah, for I don't know, maybe the discovery of the deep sea, I think one of the scientific realisms. The discovery of Mars, for example, is also scientific realism. So uh, even is slow, but we have good progress. We can capture the image, we can capture the withers, we can capture, and then we have the model, and then it will become realism. Yeah, and in the another side we have the instrumentalisms. Yeah, that is theoretical concept maybe have used in the predicting observation, but we have no ontological commitment to them. So this is like the anti-realisms side. Yeah, because we try to say that okay, maybe it's correct, but still predictive. So because of predictive, it's mean it can be wrong, it can be right according to the variables. Yeah, and we also have the constructive empirisms. Yeah, science aims to give us theories which are empirically adequate, but does not justify metaphysical claim about reality. Yeah, this is only just giving the science something like fiction, but theories. Yeah, sorry, not fiction, theories. Yeah. So that would be it's right empirically, but not generally. Yeah, so that's right. And then we also have the realism, yeah, social constructivism, yeah, and then the epistemological, the anarchism. So that will be a different side of the anti-realism. But for me, is every side of this discussion is right, no problem because of this side, because it will be make balance the science, yeah, because we cannot just naive realism, but we also need the constructive empirism to combine with that. So the discovery will be balanced, will be equal, yeah, and then all the thing will be smooth, yeah, and balancing. And we in here we can see that one, the metaphysically is like the level of the how we believe in the realism and anti-realism. In here we have, if we go to the left in my screen, we have the ambitious. Yeah, this is the ambitious. The ambitious is more relatively like in the place of naive realism, scientific realism, and etc. And then we have the apologetics, we have the conservative, yeah, and then we have constructivism, and then eliminative, and then defeatist. Yeah. So yeah, in some of the discussion, especially in the some region of the Europe, for example, we still have this one, the people that have the metaphysically defeatist, yeah, defeatist, yeah. So every new science will be taken down by the theory. Why? Because it will be break the rule of the church, for example, break the rule of the mosque, and etc. So that's make the science cannot be developed. Maybe you have heard some history that say that in the past, one of the country try to defeat all the pendeta and then all the ulama because of the different point of view about the science and the religion. So that would be disaster. Yeah, I think you already know how in the Spain a lot of book of science by the Muslim scientists is burned out, yeah, by the people in there, for example, and also in the Palestine, for example, when the church is burned by the people in there, also because of some war and something. So that would be it's always happen, and also today, I think, yeah. So for example, in the issue of nuclear development for energy or for weapon in some countries, we can see that we still found a lot of things in the realism and anti-realism side, yeah, in the science itself, yeah. But we maybe, I don't know, maybe in the Indonesia we mostly still open all this side, yeah. We still accommodate all this side, yeah. So that would be very interesting to discuss actually. But because we learn about the philosophy of science, yeah, we need to understand about that landscape, yeah. And then okay, go to the next. And then the philosophy of science, of course, will be consists of a lot of theory, yeah, a lot of theory. So if you want to discuss this one, it's very hard, yeah, because it's very detailed and very tight, the relation each other. Let's see the perspective, only the perspective. When we discuss the philosophy of science, of course, we will discuss also about the rationalisms and empirisms. Yeah, we also have we have the realism, positivisms, and then interpretivism, and then negativism. So this is a lot of genre, yeah, for discuss about it. We also have the next level of pragmatism, hermeneutics, constructivism, and phenomenology. And then we also have the instrumentalisms, structuralism, and then psychoanalytic theory. This is interesting one. The psychoanalytic theory is also used in the data science, and then post-structuralism, deconstructionism, social constructionism, and existentialism. So this is a lot of things that will be make the philosophy of science is more developed in the futures. Yeah, and this is the hierarchy or the structure of the general philosophy actually. Yeah, because we have some some theory in here. Yeah, so this is the first. When we see the general philosophy of science, so it means we also have the term of natural philosophy. This will be deal with the sum of the natural science. Yeah, deal with the natural things in the world. And then we have also the social philosophy, and then spiritual philosophy. Yeah, but you can see in here actually we have a two sides. The first side is this is about the worldview, yeah, the gradual sublimation of the worldview, yeah. And you can see in here because we can see in gradual, it's mean we see all the things is in the in the realisms. So that's why we will find the mathematics as foundation in here. But in other side, we do the normative guidance, yeah, mostly not in the gradual, but normative. So that's why mostly is interdisciplinary. We have the boundary analysis, transdiscipline, and also comprehensiveness. Yeah. And because we have a three type of part to see the philosophy in the natural philosophy, social philosophy, and spiritual philosophy, we can see in here, in natural philosophy, of course, accommodate all categories of natural science. Yeah. It's also in the social science, it's also in the spiritual science. And we will have the branch of natural science, and branch of natural science, and then, yeah, we will have the engineering and technology in here. Yeah. So that will be interesting, yeah, because you can see in the philosophy, we will push the natural, social, spiritual, and then in the end, we have the engineering and technology that become the interdisciplinary part of the philosophy itself. Yeah. So that is will be the general perspective. Yeah, how we can see what we call it the philosophy itself. Yeah. And this is the example. Yeah, this is the example how we have the law, we have the discussion about how we can discuss some things. Yeah. So this in here we can see this one that when we do this, we want to try to solve scientific problem. We do the visual exploratory used to make prediction theory basis. We will have this is produce the model, yeah, from Watson, Crick, and triple helix model. Maxwell model of the Maxwell model, we will focus on the abstract and physical, and the in the Kepler law is using mathematical formulation. So that will be a different perspective. What I want to say is every production of the theory law is allowed is because of they have a specific objective on the discussion, and then explore and observation of the topics, yeah, in the philosophy. So yeah, this is the example how it's worked. Yeah, so that's why in the previous I say that we will learn of theory that produced by the scientists in the past about about several theory that we use in the computer science. Yeah. So that's why it's very important to you and for us to understand about it. Yeah. And yeah, this is the you know, the next branch of science. And then not only just previously we understand that like computer science will be different branch, but in here we will have the formal science, physical, life science, social science, and earth and space. And then we will have several you know, several specific branch of science or hierarchy of science. You can see in here computer science is placed under the mathematics here, because it is close by formal science. So when you ask the question why computer science is not as independent point of hierarchy, why is in the mathematics? Because of this one, actually, because of the reason this one. Yeah, we using the approach of mathematics for implement the realisms and positively to approach as engineering technology. So that would be the most important things. And yeah, this is the we call it the example, the evolution of knowledge framework that pushed by a lot of philosophy and also the approach that we discussed before. Yeah. From the Pythagoras, Pythagoras is not only just about you know, triangles formula, but absolutely abstraction, yeah. And then will be impacted the Plato, but the archetype, Socrates will be in the dialectic, and then it's also will be impact on the next scientist, yeah, about rational method. I think rational method still using by our majors, yeah. In here will be more, I think, scientific, yeah, and then we also the natural ability, contact frameworks, thesis, antithesis, pragmatisms, paradigm, and then we also organization learning, system thinking now become most of the important things, metaphor, and then we have the complex system, adaptive system that we use for computer science. Yeah. So this is will be like, this is more associative, this is like more intuitive. So this is like why when we learn about philosophy, it will be impacted to the world more comprehensive or more deep in the future because of this this theory. So it will be very interesting, yeah. And this is the for example, this is the example how we do the discussion about the philosophy of science, yeah. So we need to have a lab like math. So we try to identify what exactly what our thinking about some issue. Yeah, this is the sample of philosophy of science. When we do like for artificial intelligence, so that's why we also do same things. We have a list of artificial intelligence with your own definition. What the example? What do you think? Why the reason? And then what we need to do about that one. So this is like, after that we can combine each others. So this is will be our next activity. Actually, I will give you some direction after this. And then the most important thing is how we can cater the conclusion after all the process. Yeah, all the process. It's like research actually when we do that one. So because we need to explore the possibility of the conclusion when we discuss something. Yeah. Okay. So this is the illustration about the philosophy of computer science. Yeah, teaching Robert right from wrong. Yeah? How artificial intelligence is learning morality. Yeah? So this will be very interesting. So I have discussion maybe it's a long time ago with Pak Bambang Prastowo, for example, because we are in the same room actually. What happen if we implement the autonomous car, and then the autonomous car will be crash with some car in the front, and after that in the autonomous car we doesn't have any driver, but we have passenger in the first row and the second row. So how the machine will be choose if we want to crash, which part of the car that will be sacrificed first, saving the life or something else. Yeah, something like that. So that will be our discussion in this case. Yeah. Okay, so that's our discussion for today. Actually, hopefully you catch what I want to say